We have arrived in the beautiful farms of Ukraine, which is the #1 producer of sunflowers. Today we're going to watch the amazing behind the scenes of how millions of pounds of sunflowers are grown, harvested, and then processed for several products. So stick to your seat and enjoy the best entertaining minutes coming. Ahead, it's the moment we have been waiting for. When the sunflower seeds shift from sunny yellow to rich brown and those petals have done their final curtain call, they know it's harvest time. As you can see, those pretty impressive machines roll into the fields ready to get to work, and the flit in the center of each sunflower head is completely dried as it should be, showing off their deep dark hue. Those engineered buddies are smart enough to start chopping off those sunflower heads and collecting them in a giant hopper in just one click. I can sense your level of excitement after all. It's about sunflower seeds, our ultimate snack. Despite the regions, sunflowers are usually harvested in late summer to early fall, the perfect time for these radiant blooms to shine. By waiting until the weather is dry, the farmers ensure that the sunflower seeds mature fully and dry out naturally, achieving peak perfection. Okay, that's not all. What happens in this pretty bulk unit is actually a complete home for tearing the sunflower heads and getting the seeds out of them, everything in one simple-looking machine. The harvester header comes with real arms and fingers that gently guide the sunflower heads into the machine. They make sure the sunflower heads are cut cleanly and fed into the harvester with cutting blades at the ready. Once the seeds are cleaned and the hoppers have been fully loaded, they put off some weight by unloading the bunch into containers so they can be quickly moved to their dedicated destination. As soon as those seeds reach the storage houses, they're kept untouched for a quick quality checkup. Once it's passed all the quality protocols, batch by batch, they're sent for heat treatment that involves roasting along with some salt, and the seeds are unloaded for a thorough cleaning now. As they travel through that cool tunnel, its air jets and sieving screens help to remove the hulls. Using that high-tech method, this machine cracks and separates the hull from the seed, making sure we end up with clean, ready-to-eat sunflower seeds. Once the seeds pass all their checks and are good to go, they're packed up into protective bags or containers with vacuum sealing. This high-tech packing method keeps them fresh and protected. These automated systems handle the packaging to make sure every seed is sealed perfectly and ready for storage. Whether you love cooking at home with your partner or going on a double date, you need delicious taste after all, and it comes with selecting the right cooking oil. From our homes to restaurants, this cooking oil is quite famous. Yep, we're talking about none other than your All Heart sunflower cooking oil. Once the seeds are conditioned, they enter the screw press where a rotating screw conveyor pushes them through a cylindrical chamber. As the seeds move through, the screw ramps up the pressure, squeezing the oil out from the seed cake. Meanwhile, the intense pressure crushes and smashes the seeds, turning them into a solid cake or leftover. The leftover seed cake exits from the other end of the press. It's usually used as animal feed or for other purposes. And that fresh sunflower cooking oil is collected for further refining and purification to give us the final product. The journey to creating plastic bottles begins with choosing the best experiences. Right, so starting with the resin, it is turned into tiny pellets. Then they melt them into a molten state. Afterwards, the molten plastic is injected into molds to make them into those recognizable bottles. These preforms are then cooled and hardened, which makes those bottles all set to get filled and famed. Now these bottles are being filled on point by a sleek automatic machine that delivers the perfect amount of oil every time. After filling, each bottle gets a snug cap to keep the oil locked fresh and prevent any outside particles from sneaking in. This 1.5-litre size hits the sweet spot, ideal for both home and commercial use. It's big enough to be useful, but still easy to handle and store, the perfect balance between quantity and convenience. Convenience spare a moment to appreciate that next level tech in systems which keeps everything right, on point and easy. Up all those tasks that could be a hassle for labor, but this looks no sweat after attractive labeling and eye-catching packaging. Let me tell you people, it's also packed with unsaturated fats and vitamin E. Giving your immune system a boost with a high smoke point, it's ideal for frying, grilling and baking, providing a light flavor without overpowering dishes. But sunflower oil isn't just for cooking, it's a fantastic moisturizer. Oops, did I just spill it? Actually, I heard somewhere, so I started applying a few drops as moisturizer, and the result was quite shocking. It locks in hydration and is super lightweight on skin. But I don't recommend it because it's a total home-cooked recipe and it worked for me, but may not suit acne-prone skin. Either it's a great addition to your meals, remember to use it in moderation. Its high calorie content means a little goes a long way in making your food delicious and flavorful. Did you enjoy watching it? I want you to show some love, as you've always showered before on our videos. Those fields filled with rows of pepper plants are bearing those delicious wonders that have grown over several months. It is a big deal in farming, as red peppers in particular are left on the plant longer than green ones, allowing them to fully. As the harvest season arrives, the peppers ripen and are ready to be picked. When it comes to red peppers, timing is everything. Getting that perfect flavor and color is a big deal, so using the right technology is key to picking them at the perfect time. The machines used are super gentle. They move through the fields carefully, picking the right peppers and placing them on conveyor belts. These belts then carry the peppers to collection bins, keeping them safe and fresh until they're ready for processing. The whole process is done with extra care to make sure those peppers stay in top-notch condition. After collecting peppers through those big fields, the entire stock needs an initial inspection. This is all handled by trained workers and advanced optical sorting systems. These systems ensure that only the best peppers move forward. Any peppers that don't meet the quality standards are set aside for alternative uses. Of course, there's nothing to waste. Red bell peppers are straight up fire in kitchens everywhere. Whether you're vibing with Mediterranean flavors or spicing up a Mexican salsa, these peppers slap with that sweet, vibrant kick in any dish. I know most of us don't want to cook on holidays, so what do you guys prefer on holidays? I'm really curious. Being our loyal audience from day one, you must know we love showing you the maximum possible products made out of a single item. Same is the case here. Bell peppers come in unlimited ways and uses. So here we are watching those people deliberately sorting the just washed red bell peppers so they can help in smoothing the overall process. They make sure the cord-free peppers make their way to the steamers. Yep, the steamed bell peppers are another wonder of this facility that has made our lives super easy, because making red sauce has become a piece of cake. Now, simply roll out the steamed peppers along with the other prepared ingredients and it's all ready. Oh yeah, here the peppers are also all ready to get packed in those sanitized aluminum cans, so they remain safe, intact and fresh throughout their shelf life. Since the peppers are steamed before being canned, the need for preservatives is greatly reduced. You're getting the pure essence of the pepper without unnecessary additives. After cleaning and sorting, some fresh red bell peppers are fed into these not-so-famous but magical chopping machines, where the on-point blades work at incredible speeds to slice them into perfectly uniform halves. Pieces, while at the same time their cords are removed without any extra effort. I just realized I could have said it's an all-in-one machine. I might have zoned out. Anyways, please keep me awake through your hyped and fiery comments regarding my latest concern. When was the last time you utilized red peppers and what did you make? When the green peppers reach their peak ripeness, a fleet of specialized harvesting machines takes the stage. These advanced machines, equipped with high-tech sensors and soft grip technology, glide effortlessly through the fields, gently plucking each pepper from the vine with care. Throughout the process, the peppers are harvested with a touch that ensures they remain pristine and undamaged. As the peppers are expertly picked, they travel through an onboard sorting system to get the first-hand green peppers. Here, any overripe or less than perfect peppers are carefully separated out, leaving only the finest to continue their journey. So, the freshly harvested peppers are then whisked away to the storage containers. As soon as those containers are stacked with green beauties, the containers leave the fields so the bell peppers remain crisp and fresh until they reach the factory. Factories use advanced cleaning systems that combine various techniques to ensure every pepper is thoroughly cleansed. After cleaning, the peppers are sorted based on various factors, including size, color, and quality that may affect their sales. Modern factories often use automated vision systems for this task. These systems consist of high-resolution cameras and artificial intelligence algorithms that can analyze thousands of peppers per minute. They detect imperfections such as discoloration, bruises, or irregular shapes and sort the peppers accordingly. The speed and accuracy of these systems are impressive. They ensure that only the best peppers continue to the packing stage, maintaining a high standard of quality that consumers expect. Factories are adopting eco-friendly packaging options for green peppers. Yellow bell peppers start their life as green and then glow up to that bright yellow vibe we all love on our plates. They're sweeter than green ones, but not as sugary as the red ones. Basically, they're the middle child of the pepper fam, nailing that flavor balance just right. And these yellow bell peppers pack more vitamin C than oranges. Just one pepper can give you more than your daily dose. That's why you might have noticed people using a trio of peppers to balance the nutrition. Orange bell peppers have a milder, slightly tangy sweetness compared to red bell peppers, which are the sweetest of all the bell pepper colors. But orange ones offer a more balanced, fruity taste, so definitely a plus. It's not like spilling the most mysterious fact here, but yeah, that color difference is due to the stage of ripeness and the specific pigments that develop gradually, making a huge difference. Though orange bell peppers are typically harvested when they're fully ripe, they haven't yet developed the deeper red pigments and often have greenish hues. Because of their different flavor profiles, orange bell peppers are often used in dishes where you want a subtle sweetness and a pop of color. Honestly, I never get to focus on their individual details. I used to add all the 3 bell peppers, which I'm going to show you, that most famous packaging we all buy from local grocery stores, in a sec. Okay, I add all of them because I needed a good presentation of my meals, and I still add a bit of them in curries, spaghettis, and even when making red sauce. Pasta fine. I admit my cooking skills are the worst. Do we have anyone like... Instead of using traditional plastic, some are switching to biodegradable or recyclable materials. This shift helps reduce the environmental impact of packaging waste, which is an increasing concern for both producers and consumers. Nobody. Our endless product journey hasn't come to a stop yet. Here comes the whole trio peppers packaging. Check out how seamlessly these machines are helping those people to wrap the red, green, and yellow bell peppers with a nice and suitable workflow. This packaging is even better for people like me who need the whole 3 bell peppers for their meals. It marks the perfect quantity. Is he pressing the very iconic subscribe button? My bad. Maybe you could do it. He's just doing his job. Yeah, chopping the whole 3 bell peppers with the help of this beast. Because some of our audience might need the chopped peppers too, to top it onto various baking items or put them in different dishes. These juicy gems are grown under the sun, picked at their peak, and will get ready in a bit to delight your taste buds with its unforgettable flavor. Just stick around and I will run you through the mesmerizing process of harvesting millions of these delicious tomatoes. Tomatoes are delicate little miracles of nature, which seem to get ruined if we touch them firmly. But I wonder how huge harvesting scoops up those perfectly ripe tomatoes without ruining a single piece. And the icing on the cake is these machines eat up the entire crop. Here, as they roll along, they gobble up whole plants. While inside there's a cool sorting system that uses high-pressured air to blow away the leaves and twigs from a separate chamber back in the fields. So first the leaves are thrown back from where they belong, and now comes the ripened and unripened tomatoes. Here's the visual proof of what I just said, how an air blower separates the two incomparable tomato types. Once the containers filled with ripe tomatoes reach the factories, a little scoop of the millions of them are tested and sorted to run their special unloading system. Yes, a lot of water is poured through the huge pipe straight into the containers for easy and bruise-free tomatoes transferring. It's because water gently moves the tomatoes towards the dedicated areas without damaging them. This way the tomatoes stay fresh and intact as they make their way through the factory. Plus, it helps rinse off any loose dirt right from the start. Here they are kept for less than an hour to cool them a little bit before running them through. Next up, the tomatoes get collected again to transfer them directly inside the units through a safe and really interesting system. This system is even more active than you being on Instagram, because if any green tomato is trying to sneak through, it immediately detects, collects, and transfers it onto another running belt, probably back to the fields. Pasta fine. I admit my cooking skills are the worst. Do we have anyone like... Instead of using traditional plastic, some are switching to biodegradable or recyclable materials. This shift helps reduce the environmental impact of packaging waste, which is an increasing concern for both producers and consumers. Nobody. Our endless product journey hasn't come to a stop yet. Here comes the whole trio peppers packaging. Check out how seamlessly these machines are helping those people to wrap the red, green, and yellow bell peppers with a nice and suitable workflow. This packaging is even better for people like me who need the whole 3 bell peppers for their meals. It marks the perfect quantity. Is he pressing the very iconic subscribe button? My bad. Maybe you could do it. He's just doing his job, yeah, chopping the whole 3 bell peppers with the help of this beast. Because some of our audience might need the chopped peppers too, to top it onto various baking items or put them in different dishes. These juicy gems are grown under the sun, picked at their peak, and will get ready in a bit to delight your taste buds with its unforgettable flavor. Just stick around and I will run you through the mesmerizing process of harvesting millions of these delicious tomatoes. Tomatoes are delicate little miracles of nature, which seem to get ruined if we touch them firmly. But I wonder how huge harvesting scoops up those perfectly ripe tomatoes without ruining a single piece. And the icing on the cake is these machines eat up the entire crop. Here, as they roll along, they gobble up whole plants. While inside there's a cool sorting system that uses high-pressured air to blow away the leaves and twigs from a separate chamber back in the fields. So first the leaves are thrown back from where they belong, and now comes the ripened and unripened tomatoes. Here's the visual proof of what I just said, how an air blower separates the two incomparable tomato types. Once the containers filled with ripe tomatoes reach the factories, a little scoop of the millions of them are tested and sorted to run their special unloading system. Yes, a lot of water is poured through the huge pipe straight into the containers for easy and bruise-free tomatoes transferring. It's because water gently moves the tomatoes towards the dedicated areas without damaging them. This way the tomatoes stay fresh and intact as they make their way through the factory. Plus, it helps rinse off any loose dirt right from the start. Here they are kept for less than an hour to cool them a little bit before running them through. Next up, the tomatoes get collected again to transfer them directly inside the units through a safe and really interesting system. This system is even more active than you being on Instagram, because if any green tomato is trying to sneak through, it immediately detects, collects, and transfers it onto another running belt, probably back to the fields. Fields through their unique underground system, the tomatoes are transported for further and real processing. But first, they get a thorough wash. It gets rid of any leftover dirt, pesticides, or residues that might still be hanging around. Round for these manual detectors. Apologies, these beautiful ladies fixate their eyes on every passing tomato so no unwanted stuff or even rotten tomatoes can pass through. After the final wash, tomatoes get exposed to steaming right after washing. You may ask, why steaming? Because it's the ultimate hack for loosening up those stubborn tomato skins. This makes peeling them super easy without messing up the juicy insides. Plus, the steam kills any lingering bacteria, so the tomatoes are totally clean and safe for processing. After steaming, the tomatoes are way easier to handle. Their skins just slide off, which is crucial for making that smooth, delicious tomato paste we all love. These machines have a super important job, getting rid of the unwanted tomato skins. The skin can be tough and doesn't blend well into sauces and pastes. This step ensures the quality and texture are on point, using only the best tomatoes for your favorite sauces. Peeled and cleaned tomatoes are passed through, and these workers carefully check them to make sure they're perfect before they're packed and processed. They look closely to see if there's any skin left on the tomatoes after they've been peeled. Top-notch tomatoes are going to make it into these containers for quick processing. After tomatoes are peeled and packed, the rest are directed to large slicing and chopping machines. These machines quickly chop them into small, juicy chunks before they are processed into tomato paste. Chopping them first simplifies the process of transforming them into smooth tomato paste later on. It's about breaking down a complex task into manageable steps. This ensures a consistent texture for sauces and toppings like pasta. So they head straight for beastly commercial grinders to create a thick tomato paste. This process involves both grinding and sterilizing, which ensures the paste is safe and flavorful. It takes a bit of time to get the perfect texture, but it's worth it for that rich tomato taste in several dishes. Before it hits the shelves, experts grab a batch of the tomato paste they've whipped up to run it through some serious tests. They make some cuisines with it to see how it holds up in action. Once it gets their stamp of approval, it's good to go. Nowadays, the packaging of all kinds is easily handled with the help of robotic systems. So does the tomato paste packaging. Glass jars will be used here because they are durable and non-reactive to the acidic nature of tomato paste. They make sure every jar keeps the tomato paste fresh and tasty. It's a modern way to make sure your tomato paste is ready to make your meals delicious. Bounty bars are irresistible to coconut lovers. Each bite is a delightful combination of sweet, chewy coconut coated in smooth and rich milk chocolate. I don't know about you, but whether you enjoy them as a snack or dessert, Bounty bars never fail to satisfy cravings with their rich blend of coconut goodness and mouth-watering chocolate coating.